not all is well in India land, like some people might think. Bollywood or whatever you want to call it. We'll get to that in a moment. We've got this track for you called King.
S-H-I-T.
S-H-I-T by Shub. Check it out.
ਬੜੇ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੇਸ ਮਾਮੇ ਢੋਲਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੋਲਦੇ ਰਲਦੇ ਨਾ ਪੇਸ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਨਾ ਪੇਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਭਰ ਕੇ ਕਲਿੱਪ ਡਿੱਕੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਟੂਲੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਚੱਕੀ ਤੂੰ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੱਥਰੇ ਅਸੂਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੜੇ ਆ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਸਕੂਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਰੂਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਹੱਥ ਫੇਰ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਬਿਠਾਏ ਵੈਲੀ ਨੇ ਰੱਖੀ ਮੱਕ ਸਿੱਕਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਗੈਂਗ ਕਹਿਲੀ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਬੂਥਾ ਥਾਣੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾਮ ਟੈਲੀ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਦੇਖ ਟੈਲੀਵਿਜ਼ਨ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਫੈਲੀ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ ਏ ਸ਼ੋਰ ਐਵੇਂ ਕਾਕਾ ਪਰਖੀ ਨਾ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਜੋਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੱਭਰੂ ਦੀ ਭੜਕ ਤੇ ਕੰਬਦਾ ਫਲੋਰ ਪਹਿਲੋਂ ਵੀ ਸੀ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਰ ਹੈ ਬੜੇ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੇਸ ਮਾਮੇ ਢੋਲਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੋਲਦੇ ਰਲਦੀ ਨਾ ਪੇਸ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਨਾ ਬੜੇ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੇਸ ਮਾਮੇ ਢੋਲਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੋਲਦੇ ਰਲਦੀ ਨਾ ਪੇਸ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਨਾ ਫੇਸ ਹੁਣ ਭਾਲਦੀ ਆ ਫੇਮ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੂਵੀ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਚਵਲ ਜਨਾਨੀ ਭੌਂਕੇ ਨੈਟ ਉੱਤੇ ਗੱਲਦੀ ਨੀ ਫੜ ਲੀਡਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੱਥ ਫਿਰੇ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਨੀ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਤੂੰ ਫੇਰ ਵੀ ਨੀ ਅੱਖ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਛੱਡੇ ਨਾ ਕੱਖ ਦਾ ਲੰਡੂਆਂ ਦੀ ਕਿੱਕਲੀ ਪਵਾਈ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਨੀ ਮੁਫਤ ਚ ਕਰਦਾ ਇਲਾਜ ਸ਼ੱਕ ਦਾ ਨੀ ਵੈਸੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ ਲੱਖ ਦਾ ਉਹ ਬਾਉਂਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਚੈੱਕ ਨੀ ਉੱਚੀ ਉੱਚੀ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਆ ਲੱਗੇ ਡੱਕ ਨੀ ਉਹ ਸ਼ੋਹਾਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਲੱਗੀ ਲਾਈਨ ਕਰੀ ਜੈਕ ਨੀ ਆ ਜੋਰ ਲਾ ਲੋ ਝੁਕਦੀ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਨੈਕ ਨੀ ਬੜੇ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੇਸ ਮਾਮੇ ਢੋਲਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਜੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੋਲਦੇ ਰਲਦੀ ਨਾ ਪੇਸ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਨਾ ਜੇ ਬੜੇ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੇਸ ਮਾਮੇ ਢੋਲਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਜੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੋਲਦੇ ਰਲਦੀ ਨਾ ਪੇਸ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਨਾ ਰੰਡ ਪੂਰਾ ਦਬਦਬਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਦਾ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਆ ਮਾਟੀ ਸੀ ਉੱਤੇ ਮਾਰਦਾ ਨੀ ਜਿਗਰੇ ਨਾ ਭਰਿਆ ਆ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹਾਰਦਾ ਉਹ ਆਦਤ ਪੁਰਾਣੀ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹਿੱਕਾਂ ਸਾੜਦਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਕੱਲਾ ਕੱਲਾ ਹਿੱਟ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਕਰਦਾ ਆ ਮਿਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਭੁੱਕਦਾ ਤਰੱਕੀ ਨਾਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਨਾ ਡੇਸੀ ਉਹ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ ਹਿੱਸ ਮਾਰੇ ਫਿਸ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਚੱਲੇ ਮੱਛਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਹਿੱਟ ਬੜੇ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੇਸ ਮਾਮੇ ਢੋਲਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਜੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੋਲਦੇ ਰਲਦੀ ਨਾ ਪੇਸ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਨਾ ਬੜੇ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੇਸ ਮਾਮੇ ਢੋਲਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਜੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੋਲਦੇ ਰਲਦੀ ਨਾ ਪੇਸ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਨਾ ਪੇਸ
So there you go. What's that got to do with India land or Bollywood? Well, let me tell you something. So every so often, people come to my workout class, or somehow I find out and I'm talking with people. And by the way, you can see this all online. There's this meshing that goes on with brown people. Brown people do it themselves, but probably other people do it more to brown people. Either which way, it's wrong. Okay, what I'm talking about, and this song. So we want to tell you the story of this song, not partly the lyrics, but more the story of why this song came about. And for some people, we hope that it will enable you to disentangle two things, which through something called confirmation bias, people confirm as being that one thing. Yeah. Now, what is that one thing? That Bollywood and Bangla, I was asking you, you're like, I don't know. Why am I here? Okay, listen, focus. So what is that one thing? That Bollywood and Bangla are somehow the same thing. And it's reinforced when people say I'm Bollywood or Bangla and Bollywood, whatever it is, dancer or fitness instructor or DJ or whatever. So it's like perpetuated. But what this implies is that these two things just harmoniously go together, that they just fit nicely. And
or that they are the same thing.
Or
not
that they are
even
the same thing.
that there is just one thing, Bollywood, and everything comes under that caveat.
No, but you know, actually, there's some people that do that. For example, I won't name them because I might be taken up into court for slander. But there are people that call themselves like Bolly something, right? But they play Bangla music quite a lot.
Am I talking about in dance or fitness classes, as they're labelled. People who promote a class as a Bollywood or Bhangra class, and that's what we're referring to when we're talking about this here.
But specifically, and so already, like, I just challenge one point. Why do you need to say Bollywood and Bhangra? You know, do you see where I'm coming from? Like, first of all, there's two problems there. Why do you need to put both together? And then, like we've observed, people mix them up interchangeably. And we're not trying to, like, cause any issues for anyone or anything. It's an educational piece. People are not doing it consciously. And that's why we wanted to share this song with you, so that it could be part of the story as to, you know, what's going on in our mind, and then you can understand. But, you know, the first time when I really... there's been a few times when I noticed this. But the first time when I just kind of finally went, I don't like this anymore. Shall I tell you when it happened?
Go on then.
Okay, this one I might get done for slander, but I don't think this organisation exists anymore. So when Davina and I... So I should be okay. Let's see, we'll soon find out. If there's no more podcasts from us, you know why. I'm locked up or I've been fined or something. This is achy. Okay. So, but stop using my arm. Yeah, if for you listening, my arm is hurting because I'm moving it around a lot. I had an accident and the shoulder is like burning every so often. So if I'm suddenly less animated or more with this hand, you know why.
And it wasn't because of too much Bhangra, you know?
It wasn't, nothing to do with anyway, so over the years, actually let me tell you two moments in history where I had some sort of... One was a realization moment and the other one was a moment. Okay, like a I need to be different moment, right? So the realization moment, when we used to teach our classes, we did the same mistake. Okay, so when we were in Coventry and we used to teach, in fact, I liked Bollywood music more than I liked Punjabi music. Generally, like, you know, it wasn't like 99%, 1%, but I would say just slightly more. I liked the Bollywood side. I just found it more versatile. I found that you know, you connected with the movie. I keep doing this. You connected with the movies and the picturization and so on. Whereas with Bhangra, it was more like you just listen to that at weddings. You know, like...
Not for me, but I get why you say
about
that. For me, I grew up listening to both songs from the Indian film industry and Bhangra. And I think I was really interested in both. I would know what albums were out, what songs were on there, who were the artists. I would know the names and everything. And then I feel like maybe it's time, lifestyle changed a little bit, got married, got a bit older, was working and focused, so kind of dropped off. The Bhangra stuff dropped off my radar a little bit, but I also feel like there's been a boom recently in the Punjabi music industry in more recent years. There are more artists coming out, there's more songs coming out, and there's a different style, and it's become more versatile as well since then. So I think there's been, you know, a few changes in my life and a few changes happening out there as well.
I think that it has been versatile all along, but it's like the UK were making it more versatile. Now India's being really super versatile. So this takes us to this artist, and Canada and so on. We'll talk about that in a moment. Yeah. So it's interesting to me that our perspectives are a little bit different, even though we've been married and living together for 21 years. You know,
and brought up in the UK, right?
And brought up in the UK, although she's a Brummie. She's one of those lot. But, and I'm from Coventry. But, isn't it, you know, it just made me realise something, that even though we live together, we do so many things together, even our perspective on Punjabi music is a bit different. Of course it is. So imagine, you know, people that come to my class and they say, oh, have you got this track? And it's like 20 years old or something like that. So, because that was the heyday or the golden era for a lot of people, like listening to Bhangra.
Of our generation, yeah. Like definitely.
For our generation, but even younger, you know, I hear people. But anyway, that's a separate topic. I think we might touch on that in
I think it's all the songs they hear at the weddings, isn't it?
As in, that's what they're asking for.
Yeah, I think that might be their experience. Like, and they're not going to hear this. Will they hear this kind of song at a wedding? I'm not sure. Maybe.
Actually, we haven't been to a wedding for such a long time. I've often wondered this question.
What's going on over there?
Because think about like how long Sidhu Musiala tracks have been. Shub. I keep feel like I'm saying that wrong. Shub. It's Shub, isn't it?
Shub, yeah.
I feel like saying Shud. But anyway, Shub. I'm trying to think of some other artists who are more of this newer generation.
But there's one of those. Is one of the artists that come along.
Yeah, even Karan Aujla, although he does some of the traditional stuff as well. Deep Jandu, all the, you know, Dr. Zeus has been in the scene. If you think about like what you just said, actually, Dr. Zeus has been in the scene for a long time. Anyway, we talked about Dr. Zeus, but the point I'm making is that we haven't been to any Bhangra type thing, night gig, wedding, party, anything for years, like a long time.
We're hermits.
When we grew up, like experiencing that a bit. I don't think I'm interested in going to them, but lost interest because we're old fogies and we're helmets. But I do often wonder that if we went, would they be playing Sidhu Musiala and stuff? And how would people react to it and all of that? So anyway, that's interesting to me. But let's get on to. I was going to say the two things which made me think about this divergence, essentially, of Bollywood and Bhangra, which we were making the same mistake for years, right? Which is, okay, I was more into Bollywood, generally speaking, a little bit more, but I like Bhangra and all of that. And so we did these classes and we mixed up the music, and like everyone does, like so many people do this thing today. But two things happened which made me decide, no, you know what? You've got to be one or the other. A little bit before all of this farmers protest and all of that, but it's like something didn't feel right to me. And I'll tell you the first thing that happened. So this was about 2004, 2005. And some girls used to come to our class and their brothers used to sit on the side. I don't know if you remember, they're patke wale, like they used to sit on the side. They were probably like a year or two younger than me, if I remember. But their sisters were like 10, 11, 12. So they used to come there. And they used to sometimes sit like there was either soft seats to the side. And sometimes, I can't remember why, but they used to start talking to me. They were really friendly with me, but they had a little bit of an attitude about them, if you know what I mean. Like, they weren't very smiley and stuff.
Right.
And I remember this one time, they made this comment to me. I can't remember what song it was, but it was a Bollywood song. And he said, why do you play all this Indian music? And he used some expletives or something, I won't say it for the camera, right? But he used some expletives. And for a moment, I went, aren't we Indian? And something triggered in my head as to say, why did he say that he doesn't consider us Indians? That was the first time it happened. Now, a lot of things have happened since then, but that was the first time when a little part of my brain goes, oh, some Punjabi people don't consider us Indians. And I went on a personal journey to try and understand what's going on. And then I started seeing it everywhere. I started seeing it in a lot more places. So I felt like I was living under some rock, or I was living in some little bubble, because I think my dad, not mum obviously so much, but because she's born in Kenya, but my dad's relatively proud to be Indian. So I just grew up thinking, we're Indians. He's got an Indian passport. He goes to India, and you use that sort of language. So when these boys, they said, why are you playing expletive Indian music? And I was a bit thrown back. Like, I didn't know what the answer to the question was, but I was more consumed with, you don't think you're Indian? Anyway, so some time passed. And then I started to observe that more in other Punjabi people, that it's there. Many Punjabi people don't consider themselves Indian. And I see people should be allowed to say what's on their mind. People should be allowed, without being criticized by potentially more powerful people.
Yeah.
So, and what I mean by that is the Punjabi music industry, whether it's a Canadian guy like Shub or somebody like Sidhu Musiala was a Canadian Indian guy, right? He's moving back and forth, I think, or whether it's a UK person or whatever. Punjabi culture is small compared to the mammoth Bollywood.
Yeah,
I think we have to. They're not on an equal fight. So if someone's on the Bollywood side, they have more weight in India, more weight on the global scene than on the Punjabi side. So something happened in 2020, which was, and lots of things, please don't misunderstand me, it didn't start in 2020, just something very significant happened in 2020. These conflicts have been going on for a really, really long time. Like, if not decades, hundreds of years, if you think, go right back to Sikh Empire and all of that.
Yeah.
But what we're going to focus on is, okay, India became independent. The partition, one of the partitions went straight through Punjab, and a whole bunch of people were displaced and all of that. The only thing that listeners need to understand is that there is a dissent. There's a dissent that people feel, a lot of people, and don't ignore it. That's all we're asking you to do, right? Don't ignore it. There's a dissent that people feel that they've been treated unfairly in the democratic process. But 2020, something happened which really annoyed a lot of people. What was that 2020 event?
The farmers' protest.
The farmers' protest. So, and one particular Bollywood name made a lot of enemies.
Yes.
And her name is...
Kangana Ranaut.
She needs a drum roll. Kangana Ranaut. Because of one thing in particular. Right? One thing in particular. And then No, maybe she didn't think at the time that this would be so offensive. We'll give her that.
Oh no, I completely think she thought it was offensive.
No, but what I'm saying is maybe she didn't. Like, let's just give her a benefit of the doubt. Maybe she
Okay,
didn't.
we'll give her the
but
benefit of the doubt 'cause
she
you
dug
say so.
herself in. She dug herself deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And you know what? I think people just really hate her so much right now. And no one wants to be so hated, right? So what is going on in her head? Right? But anyway, so this is my memory, and it might be a bit sketchy, but something happened. I think it was on Twitter, where someone posted about the farmers' protest, and there was an older lady, BBG, like must be 90 odd, maybe late 80s, something like that. And then Kangana Ranaut said something, what she was trying to do, she was trying to dismiss the validity of the protest.
Yes.
And she said something like, you can get one of these bibbies for 100 rupees.
Yeah, she was trying to make out like it was a farce, like that was a staged video or post. The content was quite staged, which obviously people found offensive because it wasn't. And it's just a horrible way to dismiss the plight of so many people.
And she just thought it'd be this one thing, she'll make her statement and it will be done and everyone will go, wow, Kangana, you're so clever. She really annoyed Diljit Dosanjh, she really annoyed, and all this fighting happened on Twitter. So anyway, things are tense, but then this guy, Shub, he's a Canadian guy, but he was due to do a concert in India.
So I think he's originally born in India and then migrated to Canada. He was meant to have some concerts.
He was meant to do a concert last year, I think 2023,
Yeah,
something like that.
so.
Something went wrong. We don't know the details. And Kangana, he posted a map of India, which
was adopted. It was doctored, wasn't it? Like Punjab was like in black, and I think Kashmir was not in the picture. But anyway, it was doctored, which obviously then.
And then what? Kangana, some people started.
Kangana posted something saying that this was really offensive, and someone like this should be, sort of targeted or like taken care of type thing.
Right,
shouldn't be allowed.
It's like incitement. It's like incitement. Like, I don't know. Maybe he shouldn't have posted it, and as I understand, he took it down. I don't know. But the point is, he was making an expression. That's how I interpret it. He was expressing himself in an artistic way. That's how I interpret it.
And then his tour in India got cancelled. And there were some words said, I think, from both sides that he's not not that great, or he's not worth much or something. And so this song is his rebuttal to Kangana, and it's in the lyrics where he says that you think you're so great and you're not. Because she's quite involved with the political people in India. She has photos taken with them. She seems to be like. She's done a movie that I think is going to come out soon where she plays Indira Gandhi and so on. So like she's quite in that sphere. So in this song you would have heard a mention of you shake hands or you walk step by step with the leaders, but you're still failing. Like your movies are flops. And he mentions this line where he says, "Have a look. There's a queue of people, queuing up for my shows." Because she kind of mentioned something about his shows being flops and him not being successful. And he says, he's another point where he says, my check doesn't bounce, because that's, and again, a reference to
that was the claim, right? That's why the claim made was that your concert's cancelled because some check bounced or something. Which kind of doesn't make sense, because why would his check bouncing stop a concert? It doesn't make any sense. Like, doesn't add up, does it? And he's saying, no, my checks don't bounce. But it was cancelled because we're not allowed to express ourselves. Yeah. That's really what he's trying to imply.
And I think the crazy thing is, this song is such a great rebuttal to everything that happened that I think it's up to his game more. Like, he just comes out amazing because, wow, what a creative response. Right? What a beautiful creative response
to the
form of this song. How could anyone not listen to this song and be like moved by the beat and the way the words are spoken?
So come on, we'll bring it to an end.
Bring it to an end.
So you heard the song, King,
SHIT
by Shubd. Shub. We hope that listening to a bit of background about where the song came from and our own stories and perspectives. I wish for peace. I wish that the country of India and the region of Punjab, whether it's the India side, Pakistan, I wish everybody could live harmoniously. Then that's a bad place to be. The main thing for you, though, enjoy the music, but understand some of the meaning. That's Bhangra on Purpose. See you next time.
Bye.
I'm ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੇਸ ਮਾਮੇ ਢੋਲਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੋਲਦੇ ਰਲਦੇ ਨਾ ਪੇਸ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਨਾ ਫੇਸ ਹੁਣ ਭਾਲਦੀ ਆ ਫੇਮ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੂਵੀ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਆ ਚਵਲ ਜਨਾਨੀ ਭੌਂਕੇ ਨੈਟ ਉੱਤੇ ਗਲਦੀ ਨੀ ਫੜ ਲੀਡਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੱਥ ਫਿਰੇ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਨੀ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਤੂੰ ਫੇਰ ਵੀ ਨੀ ਅੱਖ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਛੱਡੇ ਨਾ ਕੱਖ ਦਾ ਲੰਡੂਆਂ ਦੀ